Hey guys, Garnie here. Look what I've got. LeEco's phones. The first ones that they're introducing to the United States. This is the S3, and this one is the Le Pro 3. I have both of them, been using them, and I'm going to tell you the good, the bad, and why I'm sending them back to the company. So join me. So guys, let me give you some quick background on these devices and why I got them. Well, first, back in October when Google Pixel came out with their phone, I thought I was going to go in that direction, but I did a video, and it should be a card up above here that tells you that there's a reason why I didn't go with that phone, because going from a Nexus 6P to a Google Pixel, it was just way too expensive, guys. So I also did another video, again a link up above, talking about other phones, the mid-markets, $300 to $500 phones, and thought, like the ZTE or the OnePlus lines, those things. And then out of nowhere, this company called LeEco, or LeEco, L-E-E-C-O. They're out of China. They're a streaming and media company out of China, but they wanted to introduce two phones to the United States, and that is the Le Pro 3 and the S3. Now, the Le Pro 3 is the top of the line. It's their flagship. It has an 821 chipset from Snapdragon, which is the same chipset as the Google Pixel. It has 4 gigs of RAM, 64 gigs of storage, not expandable. It's a 5.5-inch screen, very light. The screen is being 5.5. It's only just a full HD, not a quad HD screen. Has an 8 megapixel camera up front, a 16 megapixel camera on the back, dual LED flash, has a fingerprint sensor on the back, has an infrared. Look at this, guys. Has an infrared. Yeah. So if you wanted to use this as a remote control, you could do that. But I would tell, and the volume rocker on top and the power button, and down below it's a USB-C device. And this grade is the only one that is for using external speakers. Notice I didn't say anything about an audio jack on here. Yeah, it doesn't have a 3.5mm audio jack. They use LeEco actually went with their own proprietary, what they call CDLA, which is their processor for converting digital into analog. And they provide you a set of headsets that are actually CDLA or USB-C type head jacks, but they're not as good as some of the other analog headsets like a Jabras or Bose, and they actually provide you a dongle. Yeah, a dongle to go on there. Let's see if I can pull that up here real quick. I'll move this headset off to the side. Yep, here you go. They give you a dongle. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, there you go. USB-C to 3.5mm dongle. So basically, guys, they do whatever they can. They give you a case, they give you a factory screen protector on there. Everything they try to do to make it easy for you. This also has a 4,000 milliamp hour battery. Holy moly! The Google Pixel only has a 3,400 milliamp hour, 3,450 milliamp hour battery. Holy moly! This thing retail on the LeEco website when they were on sale was $399. Well, when I bought it, they had a sale going on that if you joined their rewards program, they would take $100 off. So $399 to $299. Get out of here! Same chipset as the Google Pixel, more battery, and it's only $300. Where do you sign? Well, same situation with the S3. On their website, retail is $249. Yes, it's a slower chipset, but hey, 652 is not a bad chipset at all. 3 gigs of RAM, 3,000 milliamp hour battery, a full HD screen. Same thing with the USB-C type thing, IR blaster, all that good stuff. Guess what? $249 US, and if you actually applied for the rewards program, they'll take off another $100. So think about it. $399 going down to $299, $249 for $149. Dudes, for less than $500, I've got 2 phones. Okay, that's where the fun ends, because you know what? I'm sending them both back to the company. I took their flagship, the Le Pro 3, and moved off of my Nexus 6P. And basically, I made this my daily driver for 12 days. And I said to myself, you know what? Let's give it a try. Guys, they have a proprietary, well, they have their own interpretation of the OS. They call it EUI. It's based on Android 6.01, and it's buggy. It really is. Just even with software updates, they do some patches to it. It's still buggy. I'll give you an example. The OS is very aggressive at shutting down threads, which means if you have push applications like, let's say, an Instagram or Twitter, or Facebook, or even email or text messages, they'll shut down the app. The OS is so aggressive, it shuts down those threads, which means you won't get those messages or hints until you open up that app. Because the first week I was using this, I was receiving emails on my laptop and no text messages, which was kind of out of characteristics for me. And when I fired up the email, all of a sudden I get 5 or 6 emails. You know, boom. And then text messages, I'll get 10, 15, 20 text messages right off the bat. I'm like, wow, what's going on here? Well, LeEco must have been ahead of the curve because they sent out a patch that same week. So I installed the patch and it was less aggressive. But guys, I'm still not getting all my texts. I'm still not getting all my emails. I'm still not getting all my notifications. That's one of the biggest reasons why I'm sending it back. It's just not a stable platform. Here's the other thing, the reason why I'm sending it back. I've had a problem with this phone, specifically around audio. You know, they provide you a they give you a set of headsets that look just like the Apple headsets that are actually USB-C based, but they use what they call CDLA processor, their proprietary processing to turn digital sounds into analog sounds. And well, these headsets are not very good. They're just standard run-of-the-mill free headsets that you get. But LeEco provides you a dongle, a USB-C to 3.5mm audio jack. Cool. So you slap this baby on, and you can plug in your regular audio jack. Cool. All right. I use Bose earbuds, and they're great headsets, great earbuds. I love them. I got some Harmans. They're great headsets too. I use my Audio Technicas. I have Jabras. I have some great headsets, guys, and there's a problem with it. I cannot have a conversation with my friends via video nor phone calls when I'm on this device and try to move to another app. I won't go into too much detail about that, but let's just put it this way. If I'm talking to you on a phone and I move to another app, I can no longer talk to you. And the only way to work around that is either unplug the device, go back to the phone app, plug it back in, or go back in there and turn on speaker and put on and take off speaker. And then it's very inconvenient if I'm trying to talk to you. It just sucks. So I called support, or I actually logged a ticket with support online. It took them over 5 days to get a hold of me. And then after another 5 days of wrangling back and forth, I said, just replace my phone. Here's where it gets worse, guys. They wanted me to send back this phone before they sent another phone. That's right. I said, how long will it take for me to get a new phone? They said, send this one in. So whatever time it takes for me to get this device to them, and then within 7 to 8 days after they receive this, they'll send another device. And I said, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I'm going to be over a week, maybe 2 weeks without a phone? And they said, absolutely, Mr. Bolling, that's our policy. Can you work with me? I tell you what, why don't you put a credit card charge on my credit card, send me a new phone, so that way the risk is on me to make sure I send you the broken one. So that way all I have to do is do the NFC connections in the back, move all my data over, voila, send you the old phone back within a couple of days. They're like, sorry, Mr. Bolling, we don't do that. So, LeEco, you really want to break out into the market? You're not providing any type of policy support for help for customers, and you want us to go over a week without a phone? What planet are you from? I'll stop the rant there. Guys, EUI is very buggy. Yes, software can be updated. The support stinks. They don't care about you. They throw policy at you and say, that's what we do, that's what we're going to do. So guys, run from them. I mean, I would not recommend this. LeEco, you guys have such a great potential here. You got the latest chipset on a phone that's inexpensively priced with one heck of a battery on here, and yet you squandered it. Someone like me who's looking for a lot of battery life, great performance, I don't care about the camera right now. You know, if it takes okay pictures, great, which it takes pretty good pictures. But guys, when I have a problem, You guys take a long time to reach back out to me, and you expect me to be without a phone until you decide to send me a new device. That doesn't play well. And plus, your software is just buggy as it is. So guys, if you're thinking about going with a phone for Christmas, maybe for kids or whatever, which is the reason why I bought these for my son and daughter, guess what? I'm sending them back. I am not giving these to my kids. No way am I going to put them through that kind of headache. So guys, that's my quick review on I would go into more in-depth reviews of this. I would show you pictures. I would show you Antutu scores and all that good stuff. I tell you, the performance of this chip kicks butt. In fact, when I used the Antutu benchmarks, this was like the 4th fastest phone. In fact, LeEco, according to those charts, had spots number 3 and 4 on performance of the phones that are out there, just behind iPhone 7s. Yeah, guys, you guys, a high performance phone, but you know, processor wise. But I don't understand why you're squandering it by not giving us decent support and having buggy software. That just blows me away. So guys, if I could make any recommendation for you, is not to go with the Le Pro 3 nor the S3. I don't care how attractive the price is. I bet you guys can find some better phones out there for better prices or competitive prices that actually perform, not buggy, and perform and give you decent support. Anyway, guys, I'll get off my rant horse there. I dislike doing this because they have lots of potential, and I really wish they would reconsider. But I unfortunately right now I'm just going to give it to you raw because I'm coming from a working man's phone. I cannot live without a phone, and if I was going to give it to my kids, I don't expect them to be without a phone for a week or two. And you know, they're in college, so to me, it just no. I'm not going to put that through anyone or anyone else. So guys, thanks again for watching. I really do. I'm going to end it there, but you know what? I hate, you know, well, I dislike doing things like that. I really wish they would. I mean, they had a kick butt idea. They just squandered it for right now. I hope they turn around and come back. Maybe I'll reevaluate them when they have other phones later on down the line. So guys, until then, I'll just close it out. But before I leave, I want to say thank you for watching. If you like what you see, hit that like button. And you know what? Share it if you know anyone who has a LeEco phone, especially the Le Pro 3 or the S3. Or even if they're considering it. And you know what? Here's the other thing. If you're new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. I promise I got better reviews coming up here. Better reviews. Like, for example, I got the blue phone here, the Life 1X, or you know, the Pure XR. I'm going to be doing evaluations for those, but wanted to share that with you guys because I really just want to give my personal, my real opinion on these things. So anyway, I'll leave it right there, guys. I'm going to drag it out too long. Have a great one. If you guys are here in the States, happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you on the other side. Peace.